Good morning, angels. We're going to do some tarot. You might be doing a lot of work in the astral. I personally know that I wake up multiple times a night to write down my dreams, and sometimes wake up just feeling exhausted, even though, I went to bed early, and it's because you're doing a lot of shedding in your dreams. Shedding of old paradigms, of old parts of you, old memories, old grief, old trauma. You're healing with people from your past. So if you're dreaming about people from your past, that's probably why. So just go easy on yourself right now. It's a full moon today. The energy is intense, but it's really transformative and healing. So if you don't fight it and you just kind of surrender, you can get a lot of work done. All right, angels and guides, what do we need to know? What does this beautiful collective need to know right now? Okay. Wow. Anybody who knows tarot knows this is fucking insane. I just rolled out of bed, dude. I'm still half asleep, but I just woke up a little bit now. Hold on, let me get some stuff out of the way here. Ace of Wands. 111 when I looked up. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Which is perfect for this because this represents a new beginning. And 111 represents new beginnings. This is God handing you basically an opportunity. This is something you've worked hard for, I'm hearing. This is something that you were meant to do. So it's going to be different for each of you. We're all on our own journey, of course. But I'm also being drawn to this. I've never noticed this like little castle back here and all this like countryside. So you might be moving somewhere beautiful. You might be just changing scenery and finding yourself much happier in the new scenery that you are surrounded by. Whether this is a literal scene like this or if it's people, the environment, socially, that type of thing. But you are stepping into an era of sitting on your throne and not letting anybody get in the way of your dreams. And this to me is you standing firm in your boundaries, standing firm in what you believe in. And also, I'm just noticing her hand here kind of open, and it just sort of feels like she's ready to be shown what is rightfully hers, like what she's been working so hard for. And gender doesn't matter here. I'm also being drawn to this face here, which I've never noticed before. So I just feel like you're being watched over right now. This also kind of looks like a butterfly down here. I don't know if it actually is, but transformation. Yeah, there's a lot of symbology in your life right now. If you open your eyes and really see, and instead of filtering it through judgment and in your ego, and you just witness from a higher perspective, you might discover that there are a lot of little nuanced details happening right now that matter. Okay, but you are about to be lifted up because of the work that you've been putting in. You're about to be celebrated, victorious, I just heard. You are about to win. You are about to be in the spotlight for some of you. And this is those of you that are ready to do what you came here to do. A lot of you guys are supposed to be in the spotlight, but you're afraid because, you've been squashed down your whole life. You've been bullied. Some of you have been abused. You've been rejected because of the things that make you special in this way that you would be celebrated for if you branched out. Ooh. And so Spirit really wants me to get on here all the time and talk to you guys about this because it's time for you to step out of the shadows and share what you came here to share. Okay? And part of what my job is to lead by example, to show you that it is safe to come out and to talk about really bizarre things. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I cover pretty much it. I don't really censor myself. Spirit speaks through me. But you might have felt like things were moving really slowly, like you've been preparing for something fast to come in and change and shake things up, but it hasn't been coming in. And Spirit's telling me right now that's because you've been blocking yourself, your power, because you're afraid of how powerful you're going to be. Wow. Some of you guys are afraid, most of you I'm hearing, are afraid, and this is natural, of standing out, of being, especially if you've been bullied, okay? If you've been bullied, you've been kind of taught your whole life that it's not okay to be who you are, then it'd be really scary to suddenly just stand up and be like, okay, world, here I am, and I'm just bullies and all. We live in an era of cyberbullying too, so there's like a whole nother layer than there was when I was growing up. So that's interesting. So some of you might be really young. I know most of my collective is older, but some of you guys might be really young. In any case, get ready. Okay, I just heard limelight. I know a lot of you aren't. Look, if you're anything like me, you weren't trying to get in the spotlight. I was really dragging my feet. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to share. There was a part of me as a young person that wanted to do, acting and this and that, but that got squashed pretty young when I realized how tough my path was, and I just sort of shut down and started hiding, and I started playing backup roles to everyone around me. That was my entire life, was like surrounded by people that were more beautiful than me, more sparkly than me, more outgoing than me, more confident than me, more chosen by everyone around them. I was never the chosen one. I never felt, nobody asked me out. I wasn't that girl. It's taken me a lot of strength and courage, and I honestly feel like I could cry right now for how much I've had to slog through. And there has been rejection, and there has been a lot of, not a lot, but there has been some negative feedback, and it is hard to find that confidence. But you have to understand that confidence doesn't come from you, it comes from God. And once you start letting this energy flow through you, this kind of force that you carry within you, once you start letting it, it's like an electrical current. You start letting it, cook and do whatever it's doing, because it's connecting you to all kinds of different energies and people and opportunities. It's going to make sense. It's going to all come together. And you just have to remember that you're not doing this alone. Hair. You're not alone, okay? I'm not alone. None of the things I do right now, I don't make these calls myself. My ego is not in charge anymore. If it was, I'd still be at my old industry doing this part-time and making a lot of money doing that and feeling really secure in ways that I don't feel right now. Still living in a house where I had roots, and, I'd still have old friends surrounding me. Even if they weren't exactly what I needed, I would still have them because my ego would be in charge. But instead, I emptied my cup of everything to do this work for free most of the time, and to just fly by the seat of my pants and wing it. And it's terrifying. And I am alone. I mean, aside from God, like in a room, I'm alone with my cat, I hang out alone all the time. It's really weird. But at the same time, I feel less alone than I've ever felt on a certain sense. Obviously, I still need hugs, and I haven't had a hug in like 2 months. And some of you guys need to hear that, because some of you guys are making that as an excuse not to do what you came here to do. And I just need you to know there was like an entire year where I think I got like 2 hugs during the pandemic, and I still showed up for my assignments. So we can make excuses all day, but at the end of the day, there are other people doing a lot more than what you're making excuses not to do, with a lot less than what you have. So just try not to be a victim if for those of you that are. For those of you that aren't, get ready for success and power, okay? I know that isn't an exciting concept to everyone in my collective, but just know that that's what you're here for. That's what your soul signed up for, and that's what all of your lifetimes have been about, is this moment. Because you're not leading in power to serve your ego. You're leading in power to serve God, or whatever is higher that you believe in, okay? Your higher self, the universe, the earth. You could be a steward of the earth, a noble cause, all right? An Earth Day just passed. Love you, Earth. But you are an emperor. You are meant to step into your throne. This represents all 4 kings, okay? Gender doesn't matter. So all 4 queens, all 4 kings, basically that you have everything you need in order to do this. That you have a lot of force behind you in the astral realm, in the spiritual realm. Your ancestors and guides. You're not doing this alone, and you're heading toward another portal. This is a marriage card. This is a graduation card. This is a level up card. For a lot of you, this represents marriage, because some of you guys have been doing this alone, and you're ready for, whether you believe in marriage or not. I've never really been I'm not very traditional, okay? I never have been. Marriage doesn't get me excited, but the idea of partnership does, okay? So take it how it resonates. It doesn't have to be traditional, but just not doing it alone. Doesn't that sound nice? Amazing. Little humor there, because you have to laugh, otherwise you will cry. And by the way, cry, let it out. Especially right now, because the full moon energy is all about releasing what doesn't serve you. And if things happen, pile one on top of the other, and you're just like, fuck you, universe or guides, it's really just to get you to purge. Get mad, get angry, cry. Don't get mad at other people, do it in a safe environment, be responsible. But yeah, you guys have, you have a lot of power in your in this next phase of your life. Okay, I feel like I'm in slow motion. I feel like everything I'm saying is in slow motion, and even though there's like this fire inside me, everything's coming out kind of like watery and gooey, like we're still in a dream. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't make this up. For those of you that don't know, this is I can't. Get your head in the game, girl. What? I am freaking out. You guys are breaking free of the chains, the bondage of your past. All right, let's start here. You're breaking free of this energy, okay? You're coming out of hangman mode and breaking free of these chains of bondage, whether it's addiction, codependent relationships, just needing other people's approval to be yourself, just the fear of being judged. You're doing it anyway. You're saying, fuck all that. You're freeing yourself because you're stepping into God's, hands. This is the devil. When you play with the ego and you play with codependence, and let me just fix my hair, it's driving me nuts. You play with, just all the things that broken people do. And as a person who was broken for most of my life, and you know what I mean, 1111, spirit, thank you. Broken just means, damaged. It doesn't mean you can't be, that you can't be fixed. But people that do drugs and, that are like abusing their body and that have a death wish, I've been there, okay, I know. You're breaking free of that. Dude, you've got the Emperor and the Empress. Divine counterparts, okay? For those of you that are resonating with this marriage card, are you kidding me? But for those of you that aren't, this is about uniting with all of the different facets of yourself. The receiving, creative, intuitive, nurturing part of yourself, and the powerful, decisive, leader within you. Okay? This is the most financial abundance. This represents the most like generational wealth, millionaire, billionaire wealth. The fact that you went from the Fool to that just shows me this path that you're on. The Fool is all about new beginnings. It's about starting over. It's basically about jumping off a cliff without a net. The thing is, you have a net. 1212. Thank you, Spirit. You have a net. God is your net. Okay? Don't move out of fear, out of this devil energy. Okay? This energy is only going to tie you closer to the devil. I'm not religious. I don't believe in the devil in the way that religious people do, but I do believe in darkness. I do believe in balance in dark and light. And I know what it's like to be playing in the devil energy. Okay. And by that, I just mean damaging myself. I wasn't ever doing it to other people, but I feel like crying. I didn't love myself. I trashed my body. I invited really gross people in, and I shared I didn't respect myself. I didn't care about myself. I didn't love myself. That's the devil energy, okay? That's ego, whatever you want to call it. You are stepping into God's era, okay? You are about to be celebrated because you trust this path, because you trust your higher self. This does represent your higher self, both, all balanced together, as well as love. But the point is that you have a lot of abundance, and I could pick this card up, just beauty coming your way, okay? But you have to step into your Fool era in order to get there. And for some of you, it's scary starting over because you think, I've already made it to this point. Trust me, I've had multiple businesses that I had to let go of, and it felt awful because it's like I built them all to this place where it could take care of me to a certain degree, and now I have to just let it go. Yes, because it wasn't right. It wasn't connected to the real you. It wasn't connected to your purpose. It wasn't necessarily evil. The devil doesn't necessarily represent evil. It just represents a lower vibration, okay? The businesses I was in were dragging me down. They were, you know what I mean? They were making me anxious. They were making me drained. The business I'm doing now, even though I'm, like I said, doing most of this for free, so theoretically I would feel more drained because there's no real exchange happening as regularly as there was in my old business. It's fueling me because I'm connected to God. I'm connected to Source. If you don't believe in God, Source. It's creation. Where did we all come from? Right? Call it whatever you fucking want. It doesn't change the essence of it, okay? Step into that era of being a fool again, of being reborn again, because it is leading you somewhere special. And holy gosh, that was so beautiful. We barely even got started. One deck, oh my God, the Emperor just came out again with the Queen of Swords again. And the Strength and the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, which just means you've been protecting this. Spirit's been protecting you. You got the Queen of Wands again. This is just you standing in your power, cutting out what doesn't serve you, okay? This is you being strong, being multifaceted. And to me, again, that kind of represents the emperor and empress, the two sides of the same coin. I'm really, really feeling that balance. And again, there's the emperor. You got it twice with the empress. Like, you are stepping into power, okay? Moving slowly. Things have been moving slowly in your life for a lot of you. You've been putting one foot in front of the other, but it is leading somewhere. It is leading somewhere. I hope you can hear me. I know my music's a little loud every time I try to turn it down. That's better, actually. I really hope this is coming through because I feel it so intensely. The Page of Cups just came out. Y'all have some love coming toward you. What, I don't know what just happened there. This deck is a little bit large for my hands right now. And my thumb kind of hurts, so I'm not going to shuffle that way beyond that one. Let's just see what else we need to know, Spirit. What does this beautiful collective need to know at this time? The Three of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands in reverse and the Moon in reverse. Yeah, a lot of you guys are coming out of a period of just chaos and conflict and feeling like you didn't have people around you. You didn't have your family surrounding your soul family. A lot of you have emptied your cup of your actual literal family. The Moon in reverse is like just coming out of facing fears and feeling, I don't know why I'm just being drawn to these. Yeah, just facing your fears, and you're coming out of that with the Ace of Wands again. All right, repeats. We got the Ace of Wands twice. This is all about inspiration, new beginnings, passionate new beginnings, maybe a business idea, following some passion that you've had for a long time that you've been maybe putting on the back burner because you've been juggling too many other things that weren't really what you wanted. Like I said, another business that wasn't feeding your soul. If all your business is doing is putting money in your bank, that's not enough. That's not enough. And it doesn't matter how much money it's putting in your bank. Money is not the important thing right now. Following your soul path is. All right, death, letting that old life die. This is reminding me of Silence of the Lambs. It's super creepy. I've never seen this card. I kind of love it, but letting that old life die in order to make room for this new beginning. You're a King of Wands. The muse in this deck is the king, and inspiration is the wand. So you're a boss, again, a leader, an entrepreneur. You're really standing out. And if you're not, you're meant to stand out. If you're trying to hide, stop hiding. Stop hiding. It's time to come out. And if you're only coming out to yourself right now, that's enough. Share yourself with yourself so that you can share yourself with the world. Because a lot of you don't know who you are yet. If you started a YouTube channel like mine, excuse me, yeah, you wouldn't know what to say. A lot of you guys wouldn't know what to say, or you would speak from a contrived place, which is kind of how I was when I first started my channel 3+ years ago. It's really taken me some time to figure out who I am and to share my voice in an authentic way. And a huge part of that is letting my voice flow, letting God speak through me, channeling. I just close my eyes, I open my mouth, and I just trust that what comes out is going to be what I need to say. And so much of this process is about trusting yourself, trusting God, trusting your path, okay? Like I said, I felt like the whole message was in slow motion, and it was impacting me really intensely on an internal level, but I don't know if I was able to like express how exciting and beautiful this reading really was on the external, because it was all like dreamy. I don't know how to explain it. So hopefully you felt the magnitude of this reading, because it's super duper powerful. And if you know tarot, you already know that. If you need a personal reading, mentorship, you have some trauma to heal, inner child healing to do, or you want to discover more about your blueprint, your spiritual gifts, your soul gifts, any of that stuff, I can help you. I have a lot of things that I offer on my website, sacredmuseproject.com. I'll put it in the description box as well as in the comments. Please reach out to me. And if you don't see anything that you want on my website, but you're interested in working with me, feel free to reach out and just kind of tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can work something out, because I'm the kind of person that wears like 1,000 hats. I've always been like this. I have a lot of different skills and gifts that I can share with you, and I'm ready to like break out of the box and just go for it. All right. So sacredmuseproject.com. I love you. Keep going. You're not alone. The full moon is going to get really exciting, but also kind of painful for some of you. It might feel a little emotionally painful, but just ride the wave, meditate, pray, ask for help. Okay. Don't forget, you're not alone. Pray and ask for guidance. And I'll see you next time.